The resilience of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, assassination attempts, and the unyielding spirit of Burkina Faso's leader. Since his rise to power in September 2022, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the charismatic and revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso, has faced numerous assassination attempts. These plots, orchestrated by a mix of foreign agents, internal dissidents, and jihadist forces, have sought to destabilize his government and reverse the radical changes he has brought to the nation. Yet, despite these relentless threats, Traoré remains firmly in control, his leadership growing stronger with each failed attempt. His survival is not merely a matter of luck, but a testament to his strategic acumen, unwavering popular support, and the profound ideological shift he represents in the Sahel. This essay provides a detailed account of every known assassination attempt against Captain Traoré, analyzes why these efforts have consistently failed, and explores the positive aspects of his leadership that make him both a beloved figure in Burkina Faso and a target for elimination by his enemies. 1. The October 2022 counter-coup, the first test of power. Only weeks after Captain Traoré seized control in a popular military coup, remnants of the ousted regime, led by former President Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba's loyalists, plotted a counter-coup. These elements, reportedly supported by foreign intelligence agencies with vested interests in Burkina Faso's former pro-Western alignment, sought to reverse Traoré's nationalist agenda. The plan involved high-ranking military officers who had been sidelined after the coup, aiming to exploit early instability in the new government. However, Traoré's swift consolidation of power proved decisive. He immediately purged suspected conspirators from key security positions and replaced them with fiercely loyal officers from his own artillery regiment. Additionally, the Patriotic Movement for Safeguard and Restoration, MPSR, the junta backing Traoré, launched a propaganda campaign reinforcing his image as the legitimate leader of Burkina Faso's revolution. Public rallies in his support further demoralized the plotters, and the coup attempt collapsed before it could materialize. 2. The French-linked assassination plot, a battle against neo-colonialism. By early 2023, Traoré had made it clear that Burkina Faso would no longer serve as a pawn for foreign powers. His decision to expel French troops and terminate military agreements with France struck a direct blow against the remnants of colonial influence in the Sahel. This bold move, however, made him a prime target. Intelligence reports revealed a plot involving former French operatives and Burkinabe collaborators who sought to eliminate him, fearing his policies would inspire similar uprisings across Francophone Africa. This assassination attempt failed for several reasons. First, Traoré had already begun restructuring Burkina Faso's security apparatus, removing officers suspected of foreign allegiances. Second, his alliance with Russia provided alternative military and intelligence support, reducing France's operational reach within the country. Finally, the Burkinabe public overwhelmingly supported his anti-colonial stance, making any foreign-backed assassination politically untenable. The plotters, aware of the potential backlash, abandoned their plans. 3. The jihadist ambush, a failed strike from the shadows. Jihadist groups, particularly those affiliated with Al-Qaeda and ISIS in the Greater Sahara, ISGS, have long destabilized Burkina Faso. However, in mid-2023, intelligence intercepts suggested that these militants had been indirectly encouraged by foreign actors to target Traoré personally. The plan involved ambushing his convoy during one of his frequent visits to frontline military zones, where security was presumed weaker. Yet, this plot also crumbled. Traoré's military background made him acutely aware of battlefield risks, and he implemented stringent security protocols, including decoy convoys and last-minute route changes. Furthermore, Burkina Faso's growing cooperation with Russian military advisors, then Wagner Group, now Africa Corps, enhanced counterterrorism operations, disrupting jihadist networks before they could strike. 4. The poisoning scare. A silent threat neutralized. In late 2023, an unconfirmed but highly credible report emerged that Traoré had narrowly escaped a poisoning attempt during a meal at a military base. The method, subtle and deniable, suggested the involvement of internal rivals or foreign intelligence agencies seeking to avoid direct blame. Poisoning has historically been a preferred assassination tool in power struggles across Africa, making this a particularly sinister threat. Traoré's response was immediate and effective. He instituted a strict food tasting protocol, ensuring that all meals served to him and high-ranking officials were tested beforehand. Additionally, he accelerated the removal of officers with questionable loyalties, further tightening his inner circle. This incident demonstrated his ability to adapt to covert threats, reinforcing his reputation as a leader who could not be easily removed. 5. The military faction. Infighting, the last major internal challenge. By early 2024, dissatisfaction among some military factions, particularly those who felt sidelined or disagreed with Traoré's deepening ties with Russia, led to whispers of another coup. Some of these officers allegedly had contact with Western intelligence agencies, hoping to engineer Traoré's downfall. However, this conspiracy never gained momentum. Traoré's preemptive arrests of suspected plotters, combined with his continued popularity among junior officers and the general public, ensured the plot's failure. Moreover, the growing alliance between Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger under the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, created a united front against foreign interference, making it nearly impossible for external forces to manipulate internal dissent successfully.